right? Out here again, we're the Hebrew Israelites, and I'm out here through the spirit of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call God and Christ, right? Wake up the people of Negroid and Indian descent, the Latinos and Hispanics. You make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and I'm out here for y'all, all right? And to prophesy the downfall of America, which is known as Babylon the Great according to the Bible. It's going to be destroyed in the Third World's nuclear war. Thus says the Lord, all right? America is known as Babylon the Great. Mystery Babylon the Great according to the Bible. And it's going to be destroyed, all right? I'm going to start off with a scripture. Leviticus 18 and 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your power. Right? So the Most High spake unto Moses to tell the children of Israel. Again, you people of Negroid, Latino and Hispanic, the Native American Indian descent, right? You, the Lord told Moses to speak unto y'all. Alright? To speak unto the children of Israel, right? Say unto them, after the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. He said, after the doing of the Egyptians, his people, the Israelite, are not supposed to do. Right? Meaning, you're not supposed to follow their ways. You're not supposed to worship their gods. Alright? It says, and after the doing of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, ye shall not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Right? Because the land of Israel at that time was called the land of Canaan. Right? And the Lord said when you go there, right, after you destroy them, right, get them out the land, you shall not do after what they did. Right? You're supposed to walk after their ordinances. Do whatever the other nations are doing. That applies today. You're supposed to do what these heathens are doing. Alright? It says, verse 4, ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am the Lord your power. So the Most High, the Creator, is saying the Israelites, his people on this side, right, supposed to keep his ordinances, right? Keep his statutes and walk therein, because he's our power. Understand? We're supposed to follow no heathens and do what they do. Right? Because they have a saying, right? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Alright? That's not so for God's people. We're supposed to follow the heathen and their customs. Alright? We're supposed to follow after them. Matter of fact, let me get another scripture real quick. Let's get Jeremiah. Because y'all done did your Halloween stuff. Right? Now you got your Thanksgiving coming up and you got your Christmas coming up. Right? The Lord said you ain't supposed to do these customs. Don't do what the heathens do. Alright? The Lord, our power, the Creator, commanded us not to follow the customs of the heathens. Alright? Let's get Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10 and 1, it says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Again, the Lord is speaking to his people. Right? Notice there is a distinction. The Lord ain't speaking to everybody. He ain't speaking to all the nations. He's only talking to his people. Alright? Who? The biblical Hebrew Israelites. Alright? Which are you people of Negroid, the Latino and Hispanic, the Native American Indian descent. Y'all, right? We make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right? It says, hear ye the word which the Lord has spoke, which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So the Lord is saying right here, again, follow not the customs of the heathens. All right? Not their Halloween, not their Thanksgiving, not their Christmas or their New Year's. Right? Their Valentine's and all that. Don't follow the customs of the heathens. Right? It says, for the customs of the people are vain, meaning it's worthless. It's worthless. Right? The heathens worship other gods. They worship devils and all that. But the Lord is saying, follow not their customs. Right? They deal with unclean animals and do unclean things. Right? And don't make righteous judgments. We can't follow that. Right? It says, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. All right, so what's happening here is, that's talking about a Christmas tree. That's plain and simple. That's to the point, right? That's all in the reading right there. Understand? So the Lord is saying, don't follow their customs, because you know they're going to erect this big Christmas tree, right? Which is symbolic, right, of an obelisk, and they're going to decorate that tree, right, with silver and with gold lintels and all that. Understand? So the Lord is speaking to his people again and say, follow not the custom of the heathens, for they are vain, it's worthless. Matter of fact, you keep following the customs of the heathens, you're going to be put to death. All right? Now let's get back again to Leviticus, the 18th chapter. Right? It says, I'm going to start at verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, this is ancient Egypt, right? In the land of ancient Egypt where we were in bondage, where we dwell at, right? Ye shall not do. We're supposed to do like what the Egyptians do, right? And after the doing of the land of Canaan, which was, that was the name before we got in there, killed them, right? And took that land, right? Whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my ordinances. That's what the Most High is saying here. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am the Lord your power. So God is saying we're supposed to keep his ordinances, do his judgments. He's our power, right? He's our power. The God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? He is still the God of the Israelites today. Ain't nothing changed. He's still our power, all right? Let's get Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 28:1. I just read, right? The Lord said to keep his ordinances and his judgments, right? Basically keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? Deuteronomy 28:1, it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So it's saying right here, if we were to keep the Most High laws, statutes, and commandments, and do his judgments, we will be above all nations of the earth. Not equal to, not beneath, as we are today, because today we are beneath all the nations. All right? Today we are beneath the nations. All right? It says, but if we were to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, we would be above them. All right? It says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. So it said, all these blessings shall come upon us and shall overtake us if we kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright? Thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Now let's jump to verse 15. Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and shall overtake thee. Now the Lord is saying, if we break his laws, statutes, and commandments, which he commanded us to keep, right, all these curses are going to come upon us and going to overtake us. All right? Let's jump to verse 47. It says, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. So actually right here it says we broke his laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. And that's what we're doing to this very day. We're serving our enemies wherever the Lord scatter us. Alright? Whatever heathen nation we're in, they're ruling over us. Alright? We're their servants. It says, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Alright, that's talking about our captivity right here. That's talking about our bondage here that we have to serve in America. Alright? Let's go back in time to verse 52. Now we're going back in time, right? It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, right? This has happened when we were actually in Jerusalem at that point in time, right? Our enemy is going to besiege us in our gates, right? Until the high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. The bottom line is saying right here, we would be in our land at this point in time, but our enemy is going to besiege us, right? And they're going to bring our walls down, right? It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy power has given thee. He's going to besiege us in our land, in our homeland, the land of Israel, right? Right? This is talking about in the time of the Romans. This is 70 AD right here. All right? It says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee. Right? So he said, and in this siege, right, they're going to cut off our food source. Right? They're going to cut off our food source, right? So for the famine of the land in that point, because that's what famine is. Famine is a lack of bread. So for the famine, when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, what was happening? What was happening? Right? Our people were actually eating their babies. Understand? And that's what's plaguing the internet right now with these Egyptologists. Right? They're talking about the Israelites was eating their own children. Right? But I tell you what, you see, there's nothing new under the sun. That is going to come upon our people again. And them same Egyptologists might be the same ones who will eat their children in the siege that's going to come up when they declare the martial law. Right? But when they declare the martial law, right, and they lock down those ghettos, and they cut off your food supply, right, wait till you can't use your EBT and all that anymore. Wait till your money collapses. We'll see what you're going to eat in that day. All right? We're going to see what you're going to eat in that day. All right? The Most High might have it set up where you same Egyptologists will eat your own children. Alright?